Welcome back. It's Cassie Munger and Rachel Bork with Ascent Financial, and you're listening to Legacy Leaders. Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to talk a little bit, kind of the reasons why people and producers and farmers call us, and how it is and what it is that we do to help them. Really, Rachel, you kind of handle a lot of the sales process for Ascent, so you really are kind of that front end conversation with clients and people that reach out. What primarily, do you hear when you have clients call and people looking for help?
Yeah, 100%. So Cassie mentioned I am the person, if you're contacting Ascent, typically you'll get me or I'll be the one calling you back. And I would say we work with people in all seasons of life and all seasons on the farm. So everyone will say, when's the best time to start a transition plan? And I think there's no magic time. I mean,
Yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday. But we have
Yeah.
people that call us, they're in their early 40s. People call us in their late 80s. So it's kind of all over the board. And there's a number of different reasons. Sometimes people call because things are going great and they have this huge opportunity for the next generation and they want to make sure that they do it right. Sometimes people call us when they're in a crisis and people aren't getting along or things have just been slowly eroding and it's come to a head. So people call us in those situations as well. Sometimes it's the senior. So we'll say senior generation. You may hear us say that or G1, and don't be offended. Think of like seniors in high school. They're the coolest.
Right.
Everybody wants to be them.
Exactly.
Like, they got their act together. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's those people, the founding generation that calls us and they want to initiate the process. Sometimes it's the kids that'll call and say like, hey, we need a plan. This is taking too long. And sometimes somebody has a health crisis. So there's just a number of different reasons that people are calling us to start this plan. But as Cassie said, there's no yesterday was the best time to start it, but at least to be thinking about it and getting things in order to be able to start this transition process. So Cassie, you can talk a little bit more about how we help our clients through this.
Yeah, and Rachel's right. I mean, you get a plethora of different reasons why. And I think at the end of the day, when you really think about it, they're really just looking for guidance, right? And expertise and something that, they just don't know as much about, right? It's important that whether it's the senior generation or that second generation and those junior successors coming in, that they focus on what they're ultimately truly exceptional at, right? That's running a business, that's, taking care of those daily decisions and daily tasks on the farm, right? So it's really where we can come in and just help facilitate some of these discussions. And I really think, I believe, and I know that we're entering, we're in a time right now where this is the greatest generation of wealth transfer that we've ever seen, right? And, there's a lot of land that's going to switch over to next generations. And we know how important it is for that senior generation or mom and dad to see their legacy live on, right? And thrive. And, they want to set the business up for success. They want to see their children be successful. So they want to do it in the right manner. And they don't always know what those answers are, right? And that's where we can come in and bring in even other resources. There might be CPAs or attorneys that they haven't met yet or are aware of that are out there that really truly focus on these types of things. When we think about estate planning, and the potential or the opportunity to put trusts in place, not every attorney and CPA have worked with that sort of thing.
Yep.
So it's really about finding the right people and bringing in those people that can really wrap our arms around the client, right? And really get to where they need to be. It's really about getting those assets, in the hands of people that they want to have them, right? And that they truly care about long after they're gone. And it's just about starting that process. And that's where when they call us, they're maybe not ready today to put something in place, but it's at least having the conversation and knowing what it's going to take to get to a better spot, right? Or get ready. And that's where just we're there as kind of a fresh perspective to come in and really aid them in that. And that's ultimately, what us at Ascent are looking to do.
Yep, 100%. And one other thing I'll mention too, so if you don't have a family successor or someone we can, if you have a neighbor or someone that's close to you, we do transitions all the time with that. Sometimes we'll wind down your operation so we can help you with that. So don't feel like because you don't have a successor identified that you can't work through this process. Oftentimes we'll find successors. I know, Cassie, you're working on that now to find someone for a dairy that's trying to to find
Yeah,
someone.
absolutely. And sometimes it's just to the realization if you don't have a successor, and then just trying to understand, what does this look like in 10 or 15 years if I do want to step away, right? I want to retire. I don't have someone in the business. What do I do in the interim?
Yep.
Can I keep growing my business? Can I keep investing into my business? What does that look like? And do I need to have someone to come in so we can structure some sort of a buyout or installment loan, right? Or am I financially in a position where I can just wash my hands of it and step away and know, hey, there's definitely going to be taxes that need to be paid,
Yep.
but I've put myself in a position where I can accept that and know, there's some risk I don't need to take in, putting a structured deal together, right? Finding someone that you feel comfortable with taking over your operation, right? It doesn't always have to be like that. There's other opportunities out there, and there's plenty of people looking to come in and purchase facilities and operations and sites where they have the capacity,
Yep.
the financial capacity to do that. So it's transitioning it and putting a structured deal and everything together isn't for everybody, but it's just getting them to a place or realization too that they can just quit when they're done and when they're tired. And a lot of times that's what we get, right? They're tired and they feel like they're a failure, right? Because they didn't have someone take over, right? Or they don't have someone next in line. And that does not make you a failure at all, and it's just truly about what opportunities there are for people out there and knowing that there's plenty of farms that don't have successors.
Yep. 100%. All right. Well, that is all we have for you today. So thank you for joining us on the Legacy Leaders podcast, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.